So guys, like the video, guys. I'm having an issue with my microphone through my laptop, but I'm working to fix it. So as soon as I fix my laptop with my volume and everything, we should be able to get ready. So guys, smash the like button, like the video, guys, like the video, smash the like button, smash the like button. Guys, we're gonna talk about the Super League because I remember the last time we talked about the Super League. We discussion we had was, is it gonna come back? When is it, if it does come back, what is gonna be the ideal scenario and everything? How everything's gonna be proposed? I think guys, the Super League is back. It's officially back. It is back. We're gonna have a discussion about it. What we think is gonna happen. Or we're also gonna talk about UEFA because, like I said, I think the problem isn't about the new proposal of the Super League. I think the problem is UEFA because UEFA is a little bit greedy and they are selfish. Because if you're gonna be a winner of the Champions, you have to earn more money in terms of that. So we're gonna talk about it. Like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, smash the like button, guys, smash the like button, guys. Use my tablet, so I'm having an issue with my laptop for issues with it. I'm already working to fix it, but we can keep working. And as soon as I fix it, I will make sure I kind of move away with the tablet and use my laptop. Make sure let me know if you are hearing me, and if you are not hearing me, sure, let me know. But like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, smash that like button, my people. Let's go. Yo, my people, on a day, and like the video, guys, like the video, subscribe to the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do that as soon as possible. Like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button, like the video, guys. It's very, very important, guys. We're gonna be talking about the Super League, guys. It's officially back. We did this 2021, if you remember, 2 years ago. We talked about the Super League in terms of, okay, is it coming back? What is it? When all the clubs kind of back down. And I think, again, they've gone back to kind of reform it and make it much, much better. And I think this one is, I think, it's much, much better now, but I think it's a little bit much even easier now because of the way they start, the kind of the way they put it together. And I keep saying it, the problem isn't the club for me. I think the problem is for me is a UEFA for me though, because UEFA for me, they're a corrupt entity, which we know. I know that for a fact. They're a corrupt entity, which I know. I know they're a corrupt entity, so I wasn't even worried because I know that they're a corrupt entity. But again, my problem isn't even the people backing out. It's about UEFA, because if a Champions League winner is kind of winning, someone that is winning Champions League is not getting enough money, then there's a problem, because I believe someone that is in the UCL should be earning more. When you win the competition, you should be earning more. And I also understand the Swiss model, where you're going to be introduced next year in terms of the coefficient rules. Okay, guy, I get that also. But again, there is pros and cons to this Super League stuff. There is a pros and cons. And if you do not understand the pros and the cons, you're gonna just make a lot of mistakes because there is a pros and cons. So you have to understand You have to understand a lot of stuff happening. So for me, in terms of that, I think people might blame Perez for introducing the Super League. For me, it's been coming for a very long time. I don't think there is a problem. It coming. It's been there for a very long time. So I don't think there's an issue with that, man. I don't think there's an issue with that. It's been coming for a very long time. So we know that this is gonna come in, whether we like it or not. It's gonna come. It's all about how are they gonna structure it for you to work. That's what the problem is. How are they going to structure it for you to work? That has been the idea problem. How are they going to structure it for you to work in terms of, okay, if it's going to come in, how do we structure it? And I think the structures has been explained very well for people to understand as, okay, this is exactly how the structure is. But again, like the fan base, the media, and everything, yes, we all want changes in football, which is very, very paramount. But again, we are dealing with a corrupt idiot in are dealing with a corrupt idiot in UEFA. We know this for fact already. They are a corrupt entity. We know that. That one, you can't change my mind in that. They are a corrupt entity. So when Perez does that, I wouldn't blame Perez doing that though, because I know FIFA is corrupt. You can't tell me that. I know they are corrupt. I know, I know they are corrupt. So you can't change my mind in that. I know they are corrupt, man. I know they are corrupt. You can't change my mind in that. But again, it's a little bit weird for me though, because they are FIFA is proving as if they are innocent. And in as much as they're innocent, you know how much money a lot of teams are paying towards the Premier League, towards the La Liga, towards the Serie A. So many teams are paying a lot of damn money for them to kind of watch this league. And the amount of money they're paying is way too much. If you look at the pros and the cons of everything, mm, if you look at the pros and cons of everything, the amount of money they're paying is way too much. But again, I won't blame Perez for making those decisions and telling, okay, if you want to be stingy, then fine. If you want to be stingy, then fine. Fear to you. But again, I don't think the Super League will work without the EPL, because, like I tell people, EPL needs to have their EPL needs to, because in terms of the TV right and everything, it is very, very important for them in terms of the TV right, because for you to work, the TV right is very key when it comes to EPL team, because EPL team needs to be there with regards to TV right, so they'll be able to make a lot of TV money and everything. And I think what happened now is, I think it's gonna make UEFA even more stronger in terms of changing their way, because for me, you have to change your weight with regards to this. I know Champions League is the biggest club competition in world football. I'm not doubting that. I am not disputing that. What I'm disputing is UEFA is corrupt, and the corruption is not even now. It's been very long time. We know that for fact. I know this one for a very fact. If someone that is winning each year is getting peanuts, and you are telling me someone that wins the FA Cup is getting more money than someone that wins the UCL, how do I explain that? How do I explain that when someone that is winning the FA Cup is getting more money than someone that is winning the UCL? Please, can you make it make sense? Can you please make it make sense? So they need to fix up a lot. It needs to be fixed up, man. It needs to be. They need to fix it up, man. It needs to be. They need to fix up their stuff, man. And I think what Perez is doing now is like, Perez is smart. He knows. He knows what he's doing. He's smart. He's a smart business owner. A smart business owner exactly knows exactly what he's doing. He's a smart businessman. And a businessman will always make his money, whether we like it or not. He's gonna make his money. So he's a businessman who, like I tell people, I know that for a fact, he's a businessman. So he's a businessman who, you know already what you are getting from him, man. So I can understand Syria not having enough money, and they're gonna have more. I get that, but again, we are dealing with a mafia in Perez, man. We are dealing with a mafia in Perez. So if this happen, will I surprise me? Will it surprise me? No, it won't surprise me. It will not. It won't. It won't surprise me though, because we are dealing with Perez. So Perez is a mafia for me, and this will keep going up. This will keep going over and over and over again. It won't stop. Why? You know why it won't stop? Because we are dealing with Florentino Perez, who already this proposal has been here for a very long time. We know that for a fact. It's been here. It's all about how do you structure it to make it make sense. It's all about finding the right structure for it. For me though, and as long as if you don't find the right structure for it, it's gonna cause a lot of catastrophe in the era we are right now, where people will be like, we are not enjoying what we needed to enjoy in terms of UEFA and everything, making the right decision. Because guys, we have to understand something which is very, very paramount here. Which is very paramount here, guys. We have to understand something which is key for me is what Perez is proposing. There is a pros and cons to it, whether we like it or not. It has a pros and cons, and as long as the pros and cons exist, it's gonna work. So it's, I mean, it works this way because I've checked the way the how do I put it, the structure work in terms of how they want to propose it to the people. It's a little bit weird because people going up a lot, go up with the Champions League and everything. For you to change the yes, a lot of people want changes when it comes to Champions League. They want changes, but the way it's being structured, it's gonna be watched for free. I don't think it's gonna be watched for free for me. No, 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 no. You don't do that for me. That's wrong. You don't put it. You don't put a competition at and say you're gonna be streaming for free. No. UEFA cap is gonna be cut out. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know how much I pay for. You know how much I pay when I sign up for Peacock. When I sign up for Paramount Plus, I pay like $5 for Paramount Plus, and I pay $5 for Peacock, $10. That's how much I pay when I watch. Other in how do I put it? In other city, they pay different amount of money. You know why they pay different amount of money? It's because it's a different country. So everybody have a different ways of doing it in terms of that. But for me, it's for you to work, man. For you to work, man. You have to find a way to make it work, because I know people might say you have La Liga and EPL is broke. But guys, as much as you are broke, I get you being broke, but again, to propose is something for me and tell me it's gonna be for free. I don't believe it's gonna be for free for me. I don't believe so. So SSB said, shout out to you, SSB. SSB said, without the EPL team, Super League can what? Can fail. Yeah, but exactly. Abdullah, La Liga and Syria are financially broke. I agree with that, but yes, they are broke. I agree. I agree they are broke. That's why they want this break. I agree. So it's gonna be the EPL, so it is gonna be the EPL, Bayern and PSG on the side of the other La Liga team and say, yeah, because EPL team are already saying they don't want it. So I think United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City have already come out and said they are opposing it. And I think EPL has given out a rule that whoever joins the Super League will be kicked out of the English league. So it's a little bit dicey what Perez is doing, because Perez knows. I know the game Perez is playing. Perez knows exactly what he's doing, because you cannot create a Super League without the big names in English football, because it won't work because of the TV revenue. You need the TV money to work. You need TV money to work, because without that, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because the TV money is very, very important, especially the clubs that are struggling. The TV money is very, very important, especially the clubs struggling. So it's very, very important to have the English people in the ESL. But again, when the English people are saying they don't want it, kind of backing out,
it's gonna be difficult for the Super League to even exist. Even I believe when as much as I believe UEFA are corrupt, I know that one you don't need to change my mind on that. You don't need to change my mind on. I know that corrupt. I know. You can't change my mind on that. But again, yeah, especially the UEFA, you have to fix up. It is very key. I said this. Who is financially backhauling this? Because the last time Perez got the money from American or an EPL, they won JP Morgan and got the money. I haven't heard anything. This yeah, exactly. The problem now is, I think this is a new stuff where I think if you want to plan this, if you want to do something like this, you have to make sure it's been planned very well before you do it. I don't think yes, Perez might have the idea and everything, but is it planned very well? Because what is key is you need TV right, you need people to kind of buy into what you want to do. I think people are already buying into it, but the big question and the big elephant in the stuff is the big elephant in this situation is when you're talking about how do I put it, the TV right and everything. The two teams that have the best TV right now in the Europe is the Premier League and the Bundes, and I think the Bundesliga for me. So if you're gonna make it work, you have to bring in Bayern into the equation. It's not gonna work. Bayern already put out. You gotta bring in the English league, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur. It's not gonna work. Those victims have already rejected it already. They're not gonna show up. So how do you make it work? Because you have to find a way to make it work. It is very, very important. You gotta find a way to make it work. It has to work. Because if it doesn't work, it's gonna be a serious problem. It has to work. So if you're gonna, you have to make sure you have to make it work, which for me is not an issue for Fiorentina Perez, because Perez knows exactly what they want. I think this is a fight between UEFA and the Perez, because it's a fight between them where Perez knows Stefan, the UEFA president, is corrupt. He knows he's corrupt. He knows he's corrupt. He knows they are corrupt. So it's going to call them out. Which I understand what he's doing, but again, it's tough. SSB said, Abdullah, remember, it's not gonna be the big six. It's gonna be seven, possibility more with Newcastle. Exactly. Newcastle have the money, the Saudis money. So there's Chelsea there. United need ownership. City, Aston Villa to have the money. So it's gonna be tough because you can't propose a league where, yes, I know it's been explained. It's been kind of explained very well with the way everything wants to work. But again, you still have to have the English league. You still have to have the English people in it, because it is key. It is very, very, very key. The English people, it is key. Talking about the Super League, it's key. The English people need to be there because of the TV right and everything. They have to be there. It is key. It is important. The TV right, the TV money, and everything is there. You got to bring them in. You gotta bring them in. But again, what Perez is proposing is not bad though. It's not bad. What Perez is proposing for me is not bad for me though. It's not bad. But again, he has to find a way to convince especially the English league, the Bundesliga too, which is gonna be difficult because they're not gonna go into it. And I know it's all about politics and corruption. You know that. That one, you can't change my mind on that. You can't. 2 weeks ago, Barcelona had an attendance of 34K in the stadium that owed 90K. That's desperate. I agree though. I agree. I know that's a desperation. I know it's desperation. I know. So that's why I say it's gonna be difficult, because the reason it's gonna be difficult is because I think the reason it's gonna be difficult because you need those TV money, especially it's very, very important. You need those TV money. If you don't get the TV money, how do you want to make it work? It is key. He has to, because I understand what Perez is doing, but again, EPL, the Bundesliga, they need to agree to it, because when you're talking about the team right and everything, it has to be important. It has to.
for me, this stuff should have happened long time ago. It should have happened. But again, the UEFA president is sometimes it's annoying because when an FA Cup winner is gonna be earning more money than a Champions League winner, then that tells me that there's a lot of problem going on with UEFA. If you're gonna win the Champions League, you have to earn a lot of money where you know, okay, people are saying you have to earn it on the pitch. I agree you can earn it on the pitch, but you have to make sure you earn enough money when you win the Champions League. People doesn't earn enough money when you win the UCL. So it's a little bit complicated. And people talk about the Super League. But let's look at the Super League because Bayern dominated that league a lot of time. They won it, I think, 11, 12 times. Premier League is the Super League because Manchester City have won the league 4 times in a row. And the winning this year is going to be 5 times. So am I surprised? I'm not surprised with what Perez is doing. But again, there is a pros and cons to this situation. There is a pros and cons to this situation. I understand La Liga and Serie A might be broke, but again, for this to work, Perez needs to find a way to convince the English league to come in. If he does not convince them, I don't think this working. I don't think this working though. I don't. King, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, Abdullah. How you doing?
I'm good. Your take on this Super League stuff, man? It's come back again.
Yeah, I just saw it pop up. Um, first of all, big up to everyone, SSB and everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only question that comes into my mind is
Mm-hmm.
how who is bankroll like SSB. I've asked who is
Yeah,
bankrolling, who is
the
funding
first time it was JP Morgan that was investing in them.
the Chase Bank.
Yeah, Chase Bank, yeah, JP Morgan, Chase Bank, yes.
But how is he? What link does he have to football? Who is in charge of this?
I think
Is
Perez and Laporte are the sole proprietorship of this in terms of the opening and everything. But the sponsorship and everything is gonna be JP Morgan.
how
That's
three
clear.
hundred billion dollars? Like how?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of confusing to me. Like how is the money? How is Barcelona and did they seek for this fund? Did they come together to set up the Super League or is it
Mm-hmm.
Barcelona and Madrid that sat together and said, guys, let's try and create this, or it just came
I
from
think
nowhere?
I
Because
think it's Madrid, especially Perez. I think it's Perez that both of the identity. I think yes, I think it's between Laporte and Perez, but the originator is Perez because Perez believe because of the way Seferin, the president of UEFA, is doing, it doesn't in terms of if you win the UCL now, you are not getting enough money unless someone that won the FA Cup, someone that won the Premier League, you're gonna get a lot of money. And because if you look at La Liga and Serie A now, their broadcasting is low to the Premier League because the Premier League is working with the TV right and they make a lot of money with TV right and everything. So La Liga is a little bit down with money in terms of Serie A and the La Liga. So when they propose this, it makes sense because they believe that we're gonna break away from this Champions League. I don't. It's not about the English. It's because they want to replace the Super League with Champions League, Europa League, and then the Conference League. That's what they want to do. But they believe they have the right to just move away from the Champions League and go into their own competition, which they believe they have the right to do. Because and I think what they are doing is to force UEFA to increase the money for the winners of the Champions League, which UEFA has been trying to do in terms of finding a way around it to do it. But for me, it seems a little bit weird because if you win the UCL, you get small amount of money, but someone that won the FA Cup will get more money than the UEFA Champions League. That one is confusing to me. That I don't get that.
mhm, wow. So this is meant to break the UEFA, right? This
Yes,
is meant
yes, exactly. Exactly. It
okay,
has nothing to do with the Premier League at all.
okay.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I didn't even pay much attention. I was just reading it, like it
Hmm.
was just me just going through it. I didn't have to go into details. I would like someone to come and help explain how the
Yeah, I
whole
think
thing.
how can I explain much better? But I think this Super League for me it's been coming for a very long time because of the way the champions, the UEFA has been doing their stuff.
Because the way I understand it, like it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be like a
Mm-hmm.
few teams from the Premier League going to play competitions abroad. But then I saw a news where they said like the FA, the Premier League, are trying to set up a committee or something like
Yes, yes,
where any club that joins the Super League will can be removed legally from the Premier League by
yes.
just by I don't know what the whole thing is
Yeah, I
getting
think
to.
the first time
It's going to
I
be
think the
war
first time
between
the first time it was
yeah.
proposed. I think the issue is the first time it was proposed though, a lot of clubs were like against it because of the model in the way Perez did it. So Perez after that he went back again and tried to find a way to fix it to make it much better. And when UEFA brought out the new Champions League rules that's gonna be used next season, the coefficient rules, the Swiss model. That was what triggered Perez to do his own. There's gonna be 64 teams, 12, I think 12 in each group, four in each group. So they're gonna be playing it on based on coefficient. It's like the 64 teams gonna have.
I won't be surprised if because from SSB comment it said we only go to do to the Americans. The Americans are not involved
Last time
this
it was
time.
JP Morgan. Perez only got JP Morgan due to the American. The American are not allowing this time. The whole club are not backing this. So it will indicate how they get the money. Yeah, I agree. The EPL is backing out. Even the Saudis are saying no to it. I don't it's gonna be difficult for Perez to even find a way
And
to
that's what
win.
I'm saying. Where is the money coming from? Because I heard like the blue. I think there's like
Yeah,
the blue. The
blue,
yeah,
and I think something like that.
like the
Mm-hmm.
guys in the blue will earn 1 billion
Mm-hmm.
for just participating.
But
For
but
just
what is sticking me to this is Kimback is you are making it for free. I don't think it's possible, especially in America now. You can't watch things for free. You have to pay for it.
the streaming. That's what I'm saying. We used
Yes.
to stream for free before. That's what I'm saying. Like this one, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like the Premier League have been greedy for so long. Even UEFA itself, they have been greedy for so long, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of something like this. You understand? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
was the point of UEFA bringing Nations League, bringing Super League, what's it called, Conference League? What was the point of all those things if it wasn't for to generate funds?
To the exactly. Mm-hmm.
So all of it was just to generate funds, and they saw a competitor now, and now everybody's they're trying to gaslight the clubs not to participate in it and all that. So it's all for greed. It's all for
Yeah,
greed.
it's
And
good. For me, it's good
and
and
now
selfish.
UEFA are saying, okay, the rule they said they wanted to implement next year, okay, we'll not implement it again. Oh, before you know it, they'll say the away goal rules now will stand. Oh, before you know, they'll start adding some nice things. Maybe they'll start showing free matches now by themselves. You understand?
But
Just
the problem
to
is this is the
make sure
problem
that
now.
Premier League clubs and all these clubs
Mhm.
doesn't they don't end up
Because for
joining.
people that
Because if
live
they
in
don't do
UK,
it,
the people
those
that live
clubs
in
will
UK,
eventually join.
yeah,
Um,
the people that live in UK and London can say more. I live in America here, so the app I used to watch EPL is free for me. But Paramount Plus and Peacock, I only pay like $5 for it, which is for me. I don't spend so much. I only pay $10 to watch everything I want to watch, which is for me. In some countries, they pay sometimes $50, sometimes $45, which for me is a little bit more because football is for the people. And if you're gonna go, I understand they want to generate money and everything, but if people are paying a lot of money, it doesn't make because Perez was complaining that in Spain, if they want to watch the La Liga match, they play 100 euros or 100 pounds, whatever I call it. That's ridiculous for him to for the fans to do just to watch match. You're gonna pay that amount of money. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So I can understand making it for free, but how long is it gonna be free till? Because you think if you wanna make the stream free, I get it. For how long? You have to make money to for how long? You have to generate money, TV right? Which company is gonna be sponsoring you? The TV right? The TV because in America, yeah, Paramount Plus is the one taking over the Champions League.
bro, the way I see it, I think what they're
Mhm.
trying to do, it's crazy. Like it might be that the Super League might bring something like it might come in a way that is going to look like Netflix. Eventually,
Mhm.
people you just have to subscribe monthly on your phone. You can stream
Mhm.
all of these games. You know,
Yeah.
that way it would have been better. Like say you paid $20 or $10 a month per person, and you still enjoy these games. So the FA, they brought about BT Sports, and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden Bean Sports and all of these things, stopping streaming websites and all those things. I mean, they're trying to monopolize it anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
why
Mm-hmm.
are they mad that a new body's
Mm-hmm.
coming in? They are feeling threatened because the money is feeling threatened. And it's all about the money. Eventually, it's all
Yeah,
about the money.
it's
So
not about the money,
if
and I
if
think
you
UEFA agreed, especially the
if you
president.
hand over, if you tell Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man U, Man City now, they're just for participating is 1 billion, and every group stages and all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Before you know, all of these clubs will start joining one after the other. So
Yeah, good.
eventually, it's 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 a big it's a big thing. I think Madrid they're in already, right?
Yeah, Madrid and Barcelona.
Mm.
So SSB also said, okay, said the whole thing is giving me EU European Union vibes. I agree for me. I agree. The only people that pay for football is people in Europe, in US, India, and China. The system are different. Only Europe charges crazy amount of money. I agree. Nike, Adidas, Puma, and other companies are tied with Champions League. Who will sponsor this? That's I said,
No,
King. This is
just because Nike and Adidas and these guys are tied, they are not really tied. They just have what's it
Mhm.
called? They're just sponsoring. They're just sponsors, right?
Yeah, sponsoring. I don't think
So
they
they
are
are
tied.
individual. They are not tied to they can still sponsor you and still go and sponsor another person. It's
Yeah.
individual bodies eventually. So they are like proud sponsors of the
Mm-hmm.
viewership. So they can always find other companies in China. They're trying to make the football very universal that anybody can play with anybody as long as
Yeah.
you are in the
But
echelon of.
I still believe for me, I still believe you need the EPL people. Without that, I don't think it's gonna work because the TV right is very important.
Well, for me, I think what they're going to do eventually is find a way to call Ronaldo and Messi and all those things. Once they have a hand in it, it's over. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's done.
I agree.
Once they have a hand in it, it's done. Before you know, clubs will start joining, players will start moving to the Super League and all those things. Before you know, it gradually viewership for Champions League will start reducing, and then the clubs that are in the Premier League that
And I
refuse to
think
join it,
this
the
year for
clubs
me,
that refuse
for
the
me,
clubs
this
that
year, like,
refuse to join it eventually will start reconsidering their stance on it.
mm-hmm.
It will take some time, but eventually, I think what they want will come to pass. Man, the way I'm saying it is so dark, it's so deep, man. This is evil money, man. Nobody nobody comes to offer this type of money if they don't have a particular goal, if they don't
Mm-hmm.
have a end goal.
I think what Perez is doing is, I think he's challenging Seferin, the UEFA president, with regards to how the Champions League competition has been. Because if you look at it now, if you win the UCL, you only get chicken the amount of money, which all clubs are getting pissed off of. Imagine winning the FA Cup. I'm getting paid more money winning the FA Cup rather than winning the Champions League. Then how do I explain that? How? If I'm playing the FA Cup final in Wembley and I win the Wembley final, so I'm gonna get enough money, close to enough money than winning the Champions League. Tell me, how do I explain that? Because Champions League is the biggest club competition in world football. So how do I
Yeah,
explain that when that?
that's what the Super League are trying to say. No, it shouldn't be one particular cup that is the biggest in the. You can still have option of this. What they're
Mm-hmm.
saying is, just saying Champions League is the biggest this thing in the whole world, and meanwhile they're trying. Meanwhile, UEFA has Europa Nations League, UEFA Nations League, UEFA Conference League, UEFA this,
Yeah.
UEFA that, and
Mm-hmm.
so the Super League is trying to say, look, guys, you guys cannot just monopolize everything. Okay,
Yeah.
here is
You
offer
cannot
our
bully.
own table. If you want to stay in Champions League, if you
It's
like,
like it's
stay.
like it's like
If you want to
bullying
come
for
to the
me.
Super
It's
League,
like bullying to
come.
them.
For me, it looked like too much for
I
them.
won't be surprised if Al Hilal and my Inter
Mm-hmm.
Miami and these American teams, and once those guys are involved,
Yeah.
there's money in America before.
SSB said, I'm sorry, but American own 30% of the global wealth. I don't see this starting without the American having an hand in it. And most of these Americans companies are tied with EPL and Champions League. Hmm.
Is the UCL tied with anybody though? I don't know. I really
I
don't know how
think,
it works
are you
because
talking about the sponsorship or the, because Chelsea owner is an American. United owner is going to be
there's a
in,
reason why Todd Bowley have been flying around Spain. See, there's a reason why Todd Bowley was keen on buying Chelsea.
yes, now.
He knew what was going to happen, and there's a reason why they are not flinching on buying a bunch of 16, 17-year olds. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
keep buying a lot of them because they know there is going to be a league that is going to come. A time is going to come where we're going to have a 40-man squad. So maybe the ones that are going to be playing Premier League will be, and the ones that are going to be playing Europa, Conference
Both sides
League,
there.
you
It's an
the
English
youth,
league.
and there will be quality everywhere, and the viewership, the money will come in
Mm-hmm.
and everything. He knows
Yeah,
that day is good. That's why he's not bothered. That's why we are. He's not. That's why if you notice our owners, they are not quick to sack anyone. They are not
yeah.
quick to sack anybody. Bro, we finished 12. They didn't want to sack Graham Potter. They didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care. They knew they can see what we are not seeing. That's why when Todd Bowley's interview back then, he was just talking about the money and the things that are involved in football. We were just looking from the fans' perspective of Chelsea's perspective, right? Todd Bowley and these guys are not looking like. That's why Glazers refused to sell Man United completely. He knows there's a
Mm-hmm.
bigger money coming.
Yeah,
You
bigger
understand?
revenue. And they are
He
looking
knows.
into the 2026 World Cup, though. And I even read in the Super League that it's not that they're having a go at UEFA. It's like they also want a collaboration with UEFA and a collaboration with FIFA in terms of, okay, can you also help us in terms of, let's collaborate together, let's everybody make this money, and let's be on an equal stand ground. Why UEFA is like, no, we don't want it. We want our own to be done in a separate way. We don't like that. We want to do it in a separate way. Which I'm like, it's gonna be difficult. It's still gonna be difficult for me, God, because, like I said it again, when it comes to sponsorship and revenue, EPL get the TV right and everything. EPL get the biggest TV right in world football right now because they are the most watched league, followed by the Bundesliga. La Liga and Serie A didn't really get the much attention, like when Lionel Messi and Ronaldo was there. So now there's no Messi and Ronaldo anymore. So the excitement is not there anymore. It's not there anymore. The excitement is more in the Premier League right now and the what's called and the Bundesliga.
But
So
I'm just confused because Madrid is
mhm,
still very rich. Barcelona is the only one that is broke amongst
mhm,
these guys, and these smaller clubs they have a way of generating their own revenue, and the ticket prices are not as much as the Barcelonas and the Madrid, and their wages is relatively small as well. So
mhm.
I don't know. They don't care. So that's why I'm confused. What's going on here? What exactly is going on? That's why I'm confused. I wish Carl was here to
Yeah, Cowboys, I don't know. It
come
was
and
there because
enlighten.
I think he was having an issue with his internet problem. Maybe it's time to fix it. Because
Some
this
of
Super
those
League stuff, see, I wasn't surprised though when this Super League stuff. I wasn't surprised because I know it's gonna happen eventually, one way or the other. This stuff is gonna resurface back again. I knew that already, so I wasn't. It wasn't a surprising thing for me because I knew it's gonna resurface. Guys, like the video, guys, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Guys, get the likes up, guys. Guys, get that freaking likes up. Get that likes up. Like that damn vid, man. Like the vid. So because I wasn't surprised this is gonna happen because it's happened. See, we've seen this happen before where majority of the owners are not contented with what UEFA is doing. Especially look at it now. It is the first time in my entire life hear what is called UEFA Nations League. I've never heard that in my life before. I heard Nations League. So I know there's EU. I know there's a World Cup. Okay, I know that Copa America there is. All this kind of stuff. I understand that that's a tradition. But Nations League, I've never had that in my life.
they were already restructuring the UCL. They were already restructuring it because
Mm-hmm.
even UEFA itself, they know their vast amount of money they should be generating. They know what the EPL teams have.
Mm-hmm.
They were already restructuring it. Maybe they'll put top six, top eight, top nine, or something, and then
I think
they'll add a
what
lot
will
of
make it
games
for
more.
me, what will make it more interesting is the away goals. I want the away goals back because that is the definition of the UCL for me. Because if you're gonna because we everybody is used to the away goals, we are used to the away goals because it makes it more interesting. Now you take up the away goals now, it's a little bit weird. It's very weird for people competing like there's no away goals, so you can score as many goals as you want. But the away goals also help also because if you score one goal in extra time, it's game over. You get knocked out. So it's a little bit difficult now, but because Champions League, you needs to find a way to restructure it to make it much work and much better for the people and for the how do I put it, much better for the fans in terms of because the fans are used to the away goals.
Can you pull up the news on this issue so that
Yes,
while we are talking we'll be reading
yeah, I'm actually,
instead
let
of
me tell you
just
because I'm using
instead
my
of just
tablet. Trying to figure out my laptop is with me right now. Just get home, but I think I have a problem with the microphone and microphone. Let me. I'm using my tablet to connect. I hope everything is gonna work. It's working very well. It's working right now. So I'm trying to find the hold on. Uh, let me try to pull out some stuff here where so I'll be able to share it to the people because I have a problem with when it comes to my microphone and everything. So so my laptop is with me, but the problem is I'm having a problem with the microphone. I don't know if it's gonna be difficult for me to hear me. So I'm trying to find a way to fix the microphone. I've rebooted my laptop again. So hopefully it's gonna work very soon. But I can hear you guys. And let me know if you guys can hear me so I will know where the exact problem is coming from. Because I want to try to bring in terms of new stuff so you can easily talk about it. But I have an issue with it. So let's keep talking. I'll try to find a way to fix it so to make it work.
okay. So
But
that's
again,
fine.
I like the way the and the way the how do I call it, the Super League is being structured, the 12 league. But again, if you're gonna structure it that way, because the way I look at it, the blue, the gray, the stuff and everything, I'm like, okay, 64 teams, 12 each group, that's 12 each groups. Do so whoever can get knocked out, or I think if like someone like Aston Villa, Lille, or somebody that wins the competition will not go to the blue league, they will go to the green league, and from there they'll have to work their way up back. It's like this, the Swiss competition. That's exactly how they are doing it. Because the new format in the Champions League is going to be the same way.
For me as a fan, it's going to be interesting. I just want to watch football, enjoy seeing my team lift major honors and all.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's what that matters to me. As long as the club does not relegate or doesn't go into some financial problems,
This one doesn't have a
it's
relegation. It doesn't have a
cool. I don't
relegation.
care about all this sporting integrity and all this morality that these people are trying to preach. I don't care.
Yeah,
Honestly, because at the end of the day, they're looking after their own interest. UEFA is
yeah.
looking at after his own interest. While the Super League is like, bro, you cannot just monopolize the whole thing. You can't just do it. They need to be another body. So that's exactly what Super League is trying to be like. Nah, 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 nah. It can't just be you. And we are here. They're not going anywhere. I don't think they're going anywhere. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised that this stuff is coming out again? Were you surprised the Super League is coming?
No, we said it here. We actually said it on a stream in 2021. And then when
Yes.
it came out, said it was going to resurface again. I remember Carl spoke about it
Mhm.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not really surprised at all. I'm not really surprised because they're trying to. They have to do it. They must have been working on it for like the last 18 months. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, they probably even have it all set and done now. All they need to do is submit proposals to clubs. Yes,
Yes.
that way.
And convince them. Convince them.
Yes, and say if you join, that's what they need to do now. All of this club statement nonsense, it won't mean anything. All they need to do is okay, what the executives of all the 19 or whatever teams in the Premier League,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sit down with them and talk to them, submit the proposals to them, let them get back to you. It's £1 billion. You can do it. You can use this to buy as many players, as many youth players that could play as many competitions as you want. Don't complain about injuries because there is money. You have the money, the window is open. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you understand. Once you participate, the first game is going to be so amount. Once you promote, your money becomes this money. It's all money, and these players are playing for money anyway. So I don't see why
Yeah.
anybody would be complaining about. Honestly, the players are playing. They're getting paid. The club is paying the coach. Is there's
Mm-hmm.
money. This is a money intensive business. This is why whenever someone is talking about morality and all of these things, I just laugh. There's a reason why even the FA, the Premier League, Qatar owns a lot of businesses in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Saudi, they already invest. They have investments in the UK. All over the world. There's money flowing. It's all because of money, and money keep makes it go right. Money is the reason why the sport is still moving at this stage. So eventually, if a money is offered, so amount of money, this is
But the
money.
problem,
This
do
is
you think, do you think,
this is money for your club for
but see, do
participating
you
in this
think
tournament and all of
the
that.
question
It will be attractive.
is,
Eventually, all that evil money. It's all evil money.
I agree. But my also think is, do you think people want to from the UCL to a Super League because people are, especially the
What?
people are used to the
Your
UCL.
mic? You say?
I said, do you think the people are going to switch from a Champions League to a Super League because a lot of people are used to the UCL. So now for you to change them, now you have to convince them a lot to change. Which for me, you might get it right and you might also get it wrong. It depends. It depends
Bro,
on the commitment of the
bro.
people you are talking.
The thing is, who are the people you are talking about? Is it the fans or the players or the coach
I
or
think,
what?
yeah, the fans also is very key because the majority of the fans are used to the Champions League too. So yes,
What are you getting used to when eventually maybe the season ticket holders are only for home games, right?
I think it's
But
home and away, but the majority are homes. I believe, yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. So the Champions League games, you can't buy. There's no season ticket for Champions League games, right?
I don't think there is a ticket for both home and away. But again, I think the match going fans have the season ticket to get a majority for the home though. I believe so.
Now, what I'm saying is, fine, home and away in your local league in the Premier League, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
For the Champions League, you have to buy your ticket and fly there by yourself, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's the same way you're going to fly to whoever you're playing with. Let's say you're going to the Bernabeu, bro. It's
Hmm.
more fun. The thing is, people are only scared of change because,
Yeah.
but one thing is, change is always constant. Me, I'm not scared of change. People are just scared of change. People don't want to see that, oh, they don't use mobile phones anymore. It's going to be a chip in your forehead. People are going to be
Hmm.
like, wow, what the hell is that? We enjoy using our phone
Hmm.
until it happens. And people start saying, oh,
Yeah.
wow, this looks good. This is interesting.
Hmm.
And then people get used to it. And then you look back, you say, wow, we used to use phones, but now we don't even bother to use phones anymore. We just talk to the air. You know, life is really evolving so fast. And I think people just
I
need to
agree.
get into the program, man.
And look at it this way. Look at the
Honestly.
Saudis too. The Saudis too are making a lot of money. Look at how many players they've brought into the club. Within a couple of months, they've kind of reformed their club and are making a lot of money. Look at how many players they brought into the Saudi from Ronaldo to Coutinho to Koulibaly to so many of the players. Why did they go there? Because of the money. Because of the money. Because Saudi knows when they kind of reform their league and there's a lot of money there,
people will turn to them. And now they even have a sponsorship to showing Saudi Arabian League and Saudi Arabian League for me. And the Qatar World Cup also helped too because the Qatar was in the Qatar World Cup also helped too because when people
Yeah,
play when
the
they play
only
the,
fear, yeah, sorry, the only fear of the Premier League right now would be the addition of the relegation and the promotion that that has been added by the Super League thing. There is no
Mhm.
relegation in Champions League.
Yeah,
Once you
there's no relegation.
participate, once you win, fine. Once you're out, you're out. Once you're out in
Yeah,
Champions League, you go to the
the Europa
this is
League.
just going to eliminate the whole Champions League thing finally, and
Yes, yeah.
it's going.
What Super League is doing is gonna be eliminating the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's
That's
crazy.
what they do because they want to create more money and more revenue to the fan base watching. So I know, yeah. See, people for you to have change, especially for what has been working for a very long time. But for people to kind of buy to your change, it's gonna take a lot of time. It might take ages for you to work. It won't work in 2 years for me. It will not work in 2 years. It will take ages for you to work because
Yeah.
once the fan base are said we are done with UEFA, they are done.
Hmm.
And as long as they keep watching Champions League, there is no way you're gonna be done with the UCA. There's no way. There is no way. Unless the fan base are saying we are done. And now the World Cup is played every 4 years. You can't that's the tradition you can't change. Unless UEFA said unless FIFA said now come out and say we're gonna be playing the World Cup in 2 years, then Super League will come in. That's where Super League will be like, no, 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 we can't do this anymore. We have to come in and support the fan base. So if that doesn't happen, I think there is no way the Super League will come in because UEFA and FIFA are generating a lot of money, and it is greediness and selfishness that is really affecting those people.
Because if they are generating a lot of money, why are the clubs not really benefiting from it massively?
Yes,
Because
I think the team that are
quarterfinals is like
benefiting,
how much? five
mhm.
million. Like
But see
how
annoying me,
much is
what is
this
kind of
qualification, Champions League
mhm.
quarterfinal, and all those things? It's very little money.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. That is why I'm going to that.
it's very little
Someone that
money.
wins the FA Cup is someone that wins the FA Cup is getting more money than someone that wins the Champions League. How do I explain that? How?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and even in the Premier League, the wages of Arsenal Football Club, let me for example, is close to like 20 million per. Is it per week? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
on players. How much revenue are they really? That's why they could go like 3 seasons and not really sign any player, and they have to sell players to buy more, and the
Yes.
money keeps increasing. The market keeps inflating
Because if
to
you
get to a
remember when
point.
Todd Bowley came in,
To
Todd
get
Bowley
to a
said
point, they will not be able to
even
run the
when
club
Todd Bowley
anymore.
sorry to cut it short, when Todd came into Chelsea, he said yes, Chelsea has been successful for like 20 years, but he said the revenue in Chelsea is abysmal, that there's no revenue in terms of selling Chelsea to other companies on that club. That doesn't make, as he said, Chelsea are not making enough money in terms of revenue. And that the fan base, the club should have grown a lot more than the way it is right now, which is what Todd is
Do you
doing.
really believe? I have a question. Like, do you really believe in Man United and all these clubs that are backing up? Are they really backing up for real, or they're
Yeah,
just putting?
United already back out. Chelsea back out. And all the Premier League clubs already
Are you
back
sure
out.
the owners of United will reject the opportunity to make money? Is that what we are saying here?
I think Ratcliffe has enough money now. But it's the owner of Nice, so he has enough money.
Which money does he have? How much does he have? $5 billion.
Maybe 3 billion because he has people around him. Though. But maybe three, two, three, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Would they reject the opportunity of earning 1 billion participation money? That goes
Is
a
a
long
is
way
a, I mean,
in
is a tempting competition. But that's why I say Perez needs to convince a lot of people, especially the see. If one EPL already, if one EPL agreed to join the Super League, all EPL is gonna join. All of them will join. As long as everybody is still standing their ground that we are not gonna join in, that's not gonna happen. Chelsea already put out the statement, Arsenal put out, United put out, City put out, Liverpool put out, Tottenham Hotspur put out. Every EPL club has already put out that we are not gonna join. Even the La Liga, the La Liga president has come out and said no. Atletico come out and said, Sevilla said no, Valencia said no, Inter, Milan are already backing out. Even the Dutch league and everybody are saying no, no to Super League. Everybody in world football are saying no. Because yes, you want to create the Super League, but again, like the club now, like club from maybe, how do I put it? Club like, if you like a club like Copenhagen, Basel and Co. Maybe this is their first time in the Champions League before, and they make it to the round of 16 or knockout. You know how much money it's gonna make for them and for their revenue, because now this is their first time, official first time being in the UCL. So it gives them much more joy that wow, it's my first time being in this competition for a very long time. So the amount of joy it's gonna give them is gonna be different than someone that has not even that has not been there before, that is willing to be there. But I think what UEFA needs to just do is, I think they need to work more on the competition money from the round of 16 to the quarters of the semis, and to the winners of the Champions League, they need to give them more money. And I think that's what the problem is. They are getting less money, which is causing a lot of issues. And it's all about greed. It's for me, it's greediness for me. Greediness and how do I put, and corruption. That's what I'm gonna say. For me, greediness and corruption. That's what I'm gonna say. But they should be making they should be making enough money when it comes to Champions League, but it doesn't make any sense that an FA Cup winner is gonna be making close to the amount of money or even more than what the Champions League is making. Then how do I explain that? People want to watch the Champions League because Champions League is an heritage. I know is an heritage. I know that one. I know, but UEFA needs to do much better. They need to do much better. They need to do much better. It is very key. They have to do much better, man. They have to do much better. It is very, very pivotal. It is key. It is key. They have to do much better, man. It is key. What do you? But King, do you eventually think that at the end of the day, it will finally work, or you don't see it working? That whether we like it or not, it's not gonna work, because I still believe the Super League is already in the motion. It will work, but for me, I think it will just take ages for it to get together. It will work eventually, but it will take ages for you to work, because you can't just work within 2-3 years. No, it won't work within 2-3 years for me. I don't think it will work within 2-3 years. They might take ages, like 7 years, possibly 8 years.
Abdullah, you need to fix this your mic. It's making a lot of sound. It's
Yes,
making a lot
I'm
of sound.
working on it already. So I said, do you think the Super League is going to officially will officially come back and kind of say, okay, we're ruling the world? Because for me, I don't see it working in 2 years, 3 years. But it might work maybe after 5, 6, 7 years. Yes, but in 2 years' time, I don't see it working. For me, I don't.
Well, eventually everybody will buy into it. Like I said before, to accept, you know, for some
Mhm.
people, especially the English. I'm telling you, even if everybody in La Liga accepts, you see the Premier League, they want to put sanctions on the Premier League clubs and all that. And you know, so because they know it's very important to them. In fact, it might influence a change in the
Mhm.
Premier League. It might influence a change in the ruling of the Premier League, and that it might have to do. They might have to make a change in something just to make sure that they keep hold of the powerhouses in the Premier League.
Mhm.
But that's why I said yes, they need to wait for the proposals, man. Let them submit proposal to Man United, and let's see if the Glazers will not say yes.
Yeah.
They might have to.
I think
They might,
for me, it's all about. I think it's all about convincing the big people, the big dog, to make a lot of money. It's about convincing them. You have to convince them.
yeah, you're
Because
right.
if you don't convince them, for me, there's no way it's not gonna work. You have to find a way to convince them and say,
Yep.
okay, we know what's going on. We know what's going on. This is
Abdullah,
what we're gonna.
are we doing Premier League preview or weekend preview now, or this is just Super League.
Yeah, I think the Super League. No, I don't. The problem with it is the Super League is not having an issue with the Premier. They're having an issue with the UEFA Champions League, which for me they have right to have because Champions League, UEFA Champions League has been greedy. They're just making all this money within themselves, which I'm like, okay, this is greediness for me. In terms of the way I look at it, it's greediness for me. The way I look at it. So for me, and I think they have to fix up because this is very, very important. They have to fix up. They make it, yes, you want to make a lot of money, but the greediness is what I'm a little bit not. I'm skeptical about because if you're gonna make a lot of money, I can understand you want to make a lot of money, but can you make it make sense? Like the amount of money people are gonna be making, the amortization rules and everything, it's weird when you're looking at it in that instance. The amortization rules and everything. The way I'm looking at it, the coefficient rules, the amortization rules and everything, and the way it's being proposed. So a lot of things need to be fixed by the Champions League, especially and now they want to change the Champions League format now. And for me, they have to find a way to fix it, and especially for me because I'm used to the away rules. Now you are changing the away rules. Okay, I can understand you're changing it, but changing the away rules for me doesn't really make sense because the excitement is not there for me. Because I'm used to Champions League with an away route. I know that the away route is very important. If you score more goals, maybe in the round of 16 is like maybe it's like 1-1, then you score one goal. You know that one goal will propel you to the next round because that's an away goal. That's an away goal. So the Super League for me is gonna come in. Eventually it will come in. It's inevitable. You can't change it. But again, this is where the problem is now. Is it gonna be in 2 years? Is it gonna be in 3 years? Is it gonna be in 4 years? Maybe 4, 5. I don't think it's gonna come in 2 years' time for me. I don't think so for me. I don't think so for me. I don't think it comes in 2 years' time for me. So, but again, FIFA needs to fix up, man. They have to fix up a lot of stuff, which is very, very important. They have to fix up because if they don't fix up, it will cost them a lot because they have to find a way to fix a lot of things to make it work. Because if you're gonna be paying a lot of money in terms of the TV rights, what TV station is gonna be doing the matches and everything, Lord have mercy. I'm making it for free, watching it for free is good, but again, for how long? Like people say you're gonna be watching it for free, but again, are you gonna convince me that I'm gonna be watching the majority of my show for free? Because in America, yeah, everything you do, you're gonna pay a lot of money for it. Like what SSB is saying, the sponsorship is very key. It is very, very key. The sponsorship is very key in terms of if you look at it now, JP Morgan and everything is sponsoring them at first. Now I don't know who is sponsoring them because JP Morgan has taken over to sponsor them. Now where is JP Morgan? Okay. Look at the championship. There's Nike, there's Puma, there's Adidas and Co. Who wants to like sponsor Champions League because it's an heritage. So look at the Premier League now. A lot of especially Peacock and USA Network are the one taking over from the Premier League. And for the Champions League in America, yeah, it is Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is taking over the Champions League because they already signed a deal for it already. So if you look at Paramount Plus, they are doing the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, and in UK it is TNT. It's no more BT Sport. BT Sport doesn't show UCL anymore. Now it's TNT. So for the Premier League now, for in UK, people might say it might be Sky Sports for them, it might be TNT for them. But in America, yeah, it is USC and Peacock for us. So if you're in America, you can usually watch your Premier League in Peacock or in USA Network. And the Champions League, you can easily watch it on Paramount Plus for me though. Paramount Plus. So for me, that's why you can watch it for me though. So it's difficult what they want to do, because they have to find a way to do it though. We're gonna be what they want to do because I still want more. How do I put it? I want more clarification to this Super League for me. And once I get more clarification, I think everything will surely be clear. We need more clarification because, like I tell people, in America here, we watch. In America here now, if I want to watch the Premier League now, I watch the Premier League on Paramount, on Peacock and on USA Network, which they signed a deal until 20, I believe 2030, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And for the Champions League, I watch the UCL with Paramount Plus, UCL, Europa League and Conference League. Paramount Plus is taking over from there for the Champions League. For people that live in UK and London, you can watch it on TNT because TNT is the only one that is showing the Europa League, the Champions League, and the Conference League. That's on UK people and people that live in London. We that live in America here, we watch our station on just one TV station. So endorsement, sponsorship, and everything. So sponsorship and everything, I understand that, but again, because you have to have one for me, you have to have one preferred TV station that shows all all sports, which makes it more easier. As long as you have one TV station that shows everything, I think it became more easier though. It became more easier. It became more easier though, because we might agree to disagree. People might like it or not, guys. We might agree to disagree. Kim Black, what station did you use to watch your own Premier League and Champions League? What TV station? Kim, are you there? Kim Black,
Me,
are
I
you
don't
there?
watch TV.
No, I mean, what station did you use to watch your Champions League and the Premier League?
Hello? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I can hear. I said what? Because in America, yeah, we use USA Network and Peacock in America. In UK, they use TNT and Sky Sports. So, what do you use to watch your own? In terms of
Me, I just stream. Like I just do streaming. I just look for one
okay,
of the sites that are streaming. I watch for free. I don't pay for any streaming anything. All I need is a VPN to just tune me to um what's it called? There's one of these websites that I use, and I
mm-hmm.
watch everything with
Okay,
good commentary and everything from
mm.
La Liga. Anything I want to watch. I don't watch
Mm-hmm.
TV. I've not watched TV for like three
Because
years or thereabout.
In America, yeah, Peacock does shows. Peacock and USA Network show the Premier League, and for Champions League, it's Paramount Plus. It is Paramount Plus.
I mean,
Okay, Paramount.
I think football needs to go back to free watch. We need to watch football for free, man.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stream for free. From streaming, you can get money, you get revenue. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Super League is trying to do. We can still stream um, the matches, and the clubs and the organizations can still get money anyway. So they're charging you for Paramount Pro Plus, charging you for this and that.
Well, I only
It's
pay
still almost
$10. For me, I pay Peacock, I pay 4.99, and I pay from Paramount Plus, I pay 4.99.
that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're using
Mm-hmm.
even if we stream, you can stream games for free on the internet and you
Yes,
still make money.
yes.
And they're still gonna make money on the stream anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
While we are
Mm-hmm.
streaming YouTube right now, we can stream football just like that.
Yes.
While the matches is going on, they can set up like a super league, so you can just once you have it, you can stream. The super league are going to generate billions from it, and so everybody benefits from it. So the fans are able to watch the games if they are not able to go in person. So if you go
Yeah.
in person, you might enjoy the real atmosphere, and there's nothing like the internet or anything. You're just going to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it in person. And if you're not going to attend the game because you cannot watch all games, so they are probably trying to take the market, take the money away from BT Sport oh, bro, this is why
Yes.
they don't want it to happen. This is why they don't want it to
I
happen
agree.
at all.
Because in,
They cannot
okay,
stand they cannot stand this idea.
In UK and London, BT Sport and TNT and Sky Sport just shows Premier League. Most especially because it was BT Sport before, but BT Sport, I think they sold their naming right to TNT. Now TNT take over the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. In America, yeah, it is Paramount Plus, which they send an endorsement until 2030, until 2030, which is that endorsement they sign. And for the Premier League too, is Peacock and USA. They also sign an endorsement until 2030. So if in America you can watch any Premier League match on Peacock and USA Network for me.
Wait, are you not at home? Like, can you pull up stuff so we can read from?
Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah, let me try to log into my laptop because I'm home now. So let me see. Let me try to do it because I'm using my tablet and I don't know the microphone on my laptop is not responding to StreamYard. I don't know why. So I'm trying to figure it out. But I want it to respond to StreamYard, so I'll be able to just log out of the tablet and use my laptop directly. But I'm finding a way to.
Yeah,
SSB, so
that's it.
what is
SSB.
this?
Yeah,
I'm not from Europe.
like,
Me too, I'm not. I don't even understand what it. Are they the sponsor or who are they?
yeah, A22. They are the ones that wants to start covering, and you understand the way I see it. I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Instead of they are the new BT Sport, Paramount, and the rest. They are the superpower. They are the real Super League.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're
they are
telling
the
me?
real Super League. They will be against. They will be against any idea that will take food from them, man. The viewership
Mm,
from Paramount Plus and every other this thing will reduce by 70%.
yes, I agree.
Because once they do, okay, let's imagine now they start this thing. They say
Mm-hmm.
Valencia or what teams have been involved already,
Only two teams.
and and only two teams.
Yes, Barcelona and Madrid.
No, I'm not sure. I heard
Only two teams.
Napoli is. I hope
I
Napoli
think
is
I think
involved.
I think at Napoli too. The rest are backed out.
No, Lyon is involved. Napoli is
No,
involved.
Leon and Marcel are thinking about it. They haven't even put themselves. They are thinking about it.
What are they thinking about? They are already involved. Once you hear, is either yes or no. This is not. There's no black and white here. Are you doing or not doing?
SSB for the American embassy contract is huge. Embassy will be a green. Yes, exactly. SSB because embassy is the chief organizer of the Premier League. That is why it was moved from NBC to USA and Peacock. So Peacock and USA signing a contract until 2030 for them to stream only Premier League matches, only Premier League. And if you watch America now,
But
ESPN Plus,
Abdullah,
yeah.
does the clubs, does that's what I'm saying. This is why I feel like they're going to be able to convince the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Does the club gain from the revenue made from Paramount Plus, NBC? The club they don't gain anything aside whatever the prize money for the Premier League, prize for being in Champions League, prize for
Mm-hmm.
remaining in the Premier League. Apart
Mm-hmm.
from that prize, they don't
Yeah.
have any other. They don't have any other thing revenue generate apart from the one the club personally generates.
Yeah.
Which is why there are more billionaires and more billionaires owning football clubs because normal people, fans cannot own any club in the Premier League. They cannot afford the expenses that is involved in running football clubs in the Premier League anymore. And this is why
Yeah.
these other teams in the La Liga and all this, they are complaining because they don't have billionaires all over the place. They can't go to Qatar and bring a billionaire to come and own like an Atletico Bilbao
Yeah.
because
I agree.
nobody's going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So you
I
understand, like
agree.
this is why
Mm-hmm.
even after all Roman Abramovich did, there was still 1.5 billion debt
Mm-hmm.
that he had to
Yes,
erase. So if you
I
are not
agree.
careful with the Premier League, you will not gain anything except you are a superpower like Man United, which is like on store. You know, they are a superpower. They are in the top echelon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the teams that once you own a United, you can never. There's nothing going to happen. Nothing is going to happen to your finances.
Yes.
So So except that. So that's why I feel like
Yeah.
they might do it in a way.
Atletico said no to the Super League too. They are the first team to come out and say no.
They didn't even say no. If you read it very well, it is them just saying we are still we are still taking our stance on the blah blah blah. They didn't say no, we are not involved right now yet, because there's no proposal in front of them now. All of this is just the court is ruling, is allowing the Super League to go on, right? So this is not it's not as if these clubs have been proposals have been submitted to all the to 500 to 100 teams in the Premier League, and the people in the blue tick involves Chelsea, Man United. They're going to be handed over 1 billion. They will need to see paper on the table before we know if these clubs we look at the money and everything involved and say no immediately. I don't think
Perez need to get a better PR team. Because English Premier League has PR team, and this is what has
yes.
been working for them.
Once if a PR they need PR. Once
Yeah.
you run a better PR for this Super League, my Lord in heaven. My
It's
Lord
game
in
over.
heaven.
Yeah.
It's game over.
Yeah.
It's
Which
game
I
over.
believe DPL has the most PR in the world. So I think which has what has been helping them there. What has been helping them. They have the best PR, and I think that's what Perez needs to work on. If you want to propose, you have to have something that is going to be backing you. He also said Perez needs to learn how to roll this out. How at everything finished product the roll. He said Perez needs to learn how to roll this out. Have everything finished product then. Okay. What it means is make sure everything is ready. Do
That's
whatever you want
exact.
to do.
That's exactly what I'm saying. All of this news coming out now is too premature.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
understand? It's too
Mhm.
premature. Have it full package so that when it comes out in the way of a proposal to
Mhm.
to all of these teams. This is the amount of money that is because your club needs revenue. This so games are without the Super League. You will let it know in the proposal. Even without the Super League, first of all, you are risking injuries to your players, so players already. It's
Yes.
55 plus games in a season,
Yes,
in the
easy.
calendar year. And the next year you are playing Europa Nations League. From there you are playing African Nations Cup and all this. So there's a lot of teams already. What we are doing here is
Mhm.
enabling the clubs to
Mhm.
benefit, so that if you are capable of, you understand, if you could only
Yeah.
sign 2 or 3 players, now you can sign 10, 15 players. This enables you to maximize the number of players that you can have in a
Can have.
season
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
play more games and enable your teams, your superstars to have a rest they deserve and all of these things. Once you put it in a way that would look good in the eyes of the clubs, you let them know, you can make deal with the Premier League. I
Mhm.
mean, before you know, with or without, you are going to let them know, instead of like making 2 million, 2.5 million in
SSG
round of
said,
six.
have you guys noticed Perez changed the head of this whole operation? It is a German guy that is getting involved now. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like round of 16, how much? I wish you are in front of your computer to bring it. How much does teams earn to be in the
Mhm.
round of 16?
I'm
How
trying to
does it
send.
benefit? How does it benefit? Try and check that out,
Yeah.
because it's only the fans that are glorifying all of these round of 16 and these cups. These cups don't really benefit. These players don't bring anything home except from the rope that they give them as the winners of the Champions League.
Mhm.
And because it has been in existence for so long, people get to glorify it in such a way. You understand? It's
Mhm.
not really. Is it really beneficial to the players? Are you telling me now that Bertrand now is still generating money from the Champions League he won with Chelsea?
I don't think
Is it
so.
really? Is it really benefit? Did it really
Mhm.
benefit him? Really?
I don't
So
think so.
all of these things, it only benefits the football club, the exposure of
Mhm.
certain players
SSG
just to make
said
a move.
I think he will fall back. He's going to let others back it and run it. I agree.
So that's where I'm coming from. Like at
Mhm.
the end of the day, the players don't benefit from all of this.
Yeah, because it's gonna
Especially
be too much games. Apart from
so,
that, injuries.
so basically, they are just a tool. They are just a tool that is used by the club to generate money for the club.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, why are the fans going to be upset about a new opportunity to generate more money for your club, more exposure for your players, even if it's 70, 80 games? That means you are going to have opportunity of playing your 19-year-old, 18-year-old academy players
Yeah.
in another league. So there'll be more games. You have an opportunity to play Barcelona today, play Madrid tomorrow. You don't have to wait 2 years. Let's say you're not in the Champions League or so. So
Mhm.
if you win it or don't win it, it's all for the pride. Then if Chelsea begins to win the Super League, that means we had gone through some process to get there anyway. So I think it's a good idea. For me as a fan, just watching football week in, week out, I'm cool with it. But I'm not sure the Premier League, the FA, the Premier
You know
League,
the family.
they are
You know the
they,
family.
they are
The family is all about politics and everything.
yeah,
So
they are
politics
going to
comes
be
in.
looking. They look at everything in. They keep it in a moral, with a moral eye. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
they are one of the dirtiest as
I
well.
agree.
So they are one of the dirtiest. They run a dictatorship, from refereeing to VAR. You
Mhm.
politicize everything, bro. There's an automated offside. This thing, you say no. You say you want to put some people that will be drawing lines. You call it the best league in the world just because a lot of people watch it, and the reason a lot of people watch it is because of the foreigners. It has
Mhm.
more foreigners, 80% foreigners, or watching it. 80% foreigners, investors, the coaches, the players. That's why people watch Premier League, and because of English language, which is one of the most popular. It's more popular than Spanish. It's more popular than Italian league. It's more popular than French.
Mhm.
So the English, yeah, the language, and the foreigners. So that's it. So that's why a lot of people watch it, not necessarily because it's genuinely the
Oh,
best
they
league.
said A22
That's
is Cole. Oh, the owner of the A22 is his name is Cole Bernard Richard. That's his name. So he's the
so it's all politics and
CEO.
games.
Yeah, he's the
Let's see where it
CEO of.
ends.
Because this is this is politics that is working. It is Perez that was the second the Champions League president for me, and I understand what Perez is doing in terms of. I understand what he's doing in terms of going against the champions, which I don't disagree with. But I think UCL also needs to fix up because something is not working. Something is not working for me with regards to the amount of money opposition can earn. Because if the
For me,
Champions League
for me,
owner,
for me, for me,
mm-hmm.
Abdullah. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, yeah,
For me, the prestige of the Champions League is slowly losing its prestige
I agree.
because of money. Anyway, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, the departure of Ronaldo and Messi is
Yeah.
is going to bring about. It's going to be difficult for people to adjust to the fact that Champions League winners, or they are going to be. Look at the round of 16. Just look at the teams there.
Yeah.
Eventually, what viewership does Porto versus Arsenal? Or who is Arsenal playing?
Arsenal's name Porto, yes.
What viewership is that going to generate? Who is coming to watch Teremi versus Bukayo Saka or Martinelli? Let's be honest. The prestige, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's already the value of the Champions League anyway. It's dropping. So
Mm-hmm.
the stars are basically reducing as well, one way or the other. So if I were the clubs, I would just take it, man. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
SLB says in black, Italian league was once the most watched league, and they didn't speak English. All this all this at the end of it is all about who owes the money. Yep.
Well, it was the most watched league when there were not a lot of Africans in the Premier League, when there were not a lot of foreigners in the Premier League. Then it was the most watched league.
Mm-hmm.
The moment imports of players became a lot, and big billionaires, people who had money,
Mm-hmm.
came to the Premier League, everything changed. It's all about money. Italian league then was relevant because they were the ones buying the best players. Go and check the Juventus team. We checked it the other day, right, Abdullah?
Yeah. Yes.
The Juve team that had Shevchenko, was it Shevchenko? Like, bro, they had four world-class strikers. Three of them were on the bench. They had all the cards. They held all the cards at the time. So it's all about.
You said,
Yeah,
should a team bread and butter be domestic league or Champions League? Team shouldn't rely on UCL to make money. I agree. Though.
but then if that's the case, then why is UEFA Champions League the most prestigious then? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How is something prestigious if it's not something that benefits the football club the most? How is it prestigious then? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if the bread and butter is the domestic league, and this is where the money is the most, we can as well scrap the Champions League and move to Conference League. That every club that is, if we're killing ourselves, players are getting ACL injuries after ACL injuries, MSL, AC, different. I've heard different names this year. Groin, hamstring injury over 38 games just to qualify for Champions League. That is not going to earn as much as money as FA Cup. What are they fighting for then?
That's what my problem is. UEFA needs to fix up.
What are they fighting for? So I don't know. All of this, do you know why everybody's bringing out club statement? Is for hypocrisy's sake, so that they will not say, "Oh, look at Chelsea, they are quiet," so that the news will not take over and say,
but
"Oh, look at them. Look at them, they're quiet. Look at them. They were owned by a Russian billionaire. Now they're owned by American. Oh, maybe they're doing this. They're just trying to keep everybody quiet." If you deep down, if you call this, what's the owner of Man United, Ed Woodward or whatever, what's his name?
It's gonna be Ratcliffe.
You call him, yeah. You called no. Ratcliffe only owns 25% stake. 25%. 25% is nothing. It's nothing. He's only going to be taking over, sporting director, hire a coach, and bringing out a structure. When it comes to bringing transfer fees, it's only limited to some sum of money, because 25% stake is not a lot. It's not a lot of money. So if you call those owners in a room, you call Todd Bowley, you go to Saudi and call them onto a seat in a round table and tell them about the Super League, they will tell you, it's okay, let's go. But on the face value, just for the British media, for the Premier League, just to satisfy whatever hypocrisy they're trying to make. You get what I'm saying?
It makes more sense business-wise to have your bread and butter with domestic league, because you are guaranteed 38 games. UCL, you are not guaranteed to advance. Thus, you can lose on money. I agree.
Wait, because I want to read it again. It makes more sense business-wise to have your bread and butter with a domestic league, because you are guaranteed 38 games. This year you are not guaranteed to advance, thus you can lose your on money. And what I'm saying is, what's the point? Why is it the most prestigious club glory? Why? And why should clubs and fans clamor for, oh, we don't want anything different from the UEFA Champions League. We just want our UEFA Champions League. Why? For what?
Does not equal money at the end of the day.
It does.
Heritage is very important, because UCL is an heritage tournament. I think money has cost a lot of stuff when it comes to Champions League, which for me, I believe UEFA needs to fix up, and if they don't fix it up, it's gonna be costing. We're gonna be seeing a lot of people going away from it, because they have to fix up.
Prestige that we're talking about, SSB. The prestige we are talking about now It's still monopoly. The prestige is owned by Madrid and Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the prestige now?
I don't get to.
Well, okay, let's imagine Aston Villa now gets to the Champions League next year and they win the UEFA Champions League. What prestige now?
They will have to use UCL.
They will have to UCL. What does that mean? It means fuck all. It doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean anything. Eventually, it doesn't mean anything. If it wasn't for the money, you think people would be playing in the UEFA Champions League for free?
Nope.
They know this is an extra money. This is extra money from the group stage. You're making money from the group stage.
Yeah.
And for the bragging right, and they know what they need to do is just get the fans involved, get them interested.
Get the fans on your side,
we have watched Champions League games that they don't fill up the crowd. We travel away from far place.
Heritage doesn't stop AC Milan and Barca from
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. SSB. How does Heritage now stop Juventus from going bankrupt if they are going to go bankrupt? So eventually, the interest of these football clubs, they should, they should look after their own interest instead of just talking about heritage. Heritage don't mean anything. It don't mean anything in the world of money intensive business like football. It don't mean anything anymore. Back then, players were playing for stipends, for passion. The passion is being killed right now by VAR. You can't even talk to the referees anymore.
The problem is, if you look at the Champions League now, it has even lost its spark a little bit. It's lost its spark though, because the spark there before was the away goals, the big stars. Even the away goals even make Champions League even more lively. There's no away goals more. It's more boring to people, a lot of people, because the away goal is not there anymore. Yeah, I'm trying to find. I'm trying to log into my SSB. Yeah, I'm trying to log into my laptop, so I'll be able to pull it out to kind of display much better. But I'm using my tablet, so I'm finding a way, because the microphone with my microphone is not working with my StreamYard, but it's working with other. It's working with other stuff, but it's not working with StreamYard. So I'm trying to figure it out. But keep talking. I'll find a way to fix it. It's not working with my StreamYard. I don't know why it's not working with StreamYard. So I'll find a way to figure it out. Because I saw it, when I saw the video, I'm like, okay, I saw the explanation, but again, I still believe, this is what I still believe. The Super League will happen, but for me, it won't happen now. It will take ages to happen for me. It will take ages for me to happen. It might be like 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. But it will eventually happen. When? I don't know when. But it will eventually happen. It will. I don't know when, but it will happen eventually. It will. For me, it will happen eventually. How is it gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know, but it will eventually happen. It will happen eventually. It will. It will happen for me. Whether I will like it or not, it will happen for me. Whether I will like it or not, it will. It's all about finding the right stuff to make it work for me though. It will happen eventually for me. I think they might play games outside of Europe as well. Maybe 1 week in Tokyo, next week in Cairo, then back in New York City. Yeah, that will work also too. Those are neutral ground. That will work. That will also work also too. That will work also too. But this Super League stuff is gonna cause a lot of commotion. A lot, man. A lot. There are a lot of people needs to buy into it first. That's why the problem is. Perez needs to find a way to convince so many people because people are not buying into it. I don't see the way it's gonna work if you're not gonna buy into the Champions League. You have to buy into it to make it work. If you're not gonna buy into it, it's not gonna work. Whether we like it or not. If you're not gonna buy into it, I don't see it happening. So clubs needs to buy into it and make it okay. We're gonna make it our bread and butter. We have to make it work. Whether we like it or not, we're gonna make it work. So you also said the whole thing just screams to me that the UAE countries are falling behind. Yeah, I agree. Money in Europe is drying up. Yeah, I said it is or it is. It is drying up, man. It is drying up. It is, man. Like it's drying up. Oh. So you wouldn't blame Perez proposing that. You wouldn't blame him proposing that. You will not.
NFL Sunday Ticket is now starting at 30.
You won't do. You won't blame him for you won't blame them for doing that. So guys, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, guys. We're probably gonna do the Premier League preview tomorrow, but we'll just touch a little bit on the Super League for the people that didn't join today. Them that my laptop should be able to work by then, so we'll be able to fix it and make sure it works. Like the vid, smash the like button, guys. Get the likes up. Shout out to my people in the chat and everything. God bless, stay safe. Peace out, guys. God bless. Peace. Peace, my people. Peace.